But we are constantly reminded of how big the film industry is today. That expression goes back to the early days when massive theater marquees on the outside first heralded the blockbuster shows that were on the inside. Of course, our Craig Wirth has a love for those old marquees. 100 years ago, a Utah sign painter began designing marquees all throughout the West. It was bringing the movie magic to Main Street.
It was magic. There were images on screens bigger than life. The movies were here, although silent, such as this 1927 movie, Seventh Heaven, directed by Utah's own Oscar winner, Frank Borzage. Our movies changed America. They played in palaces, but the luxurious interiors were not enough. Not even the fancy candy counters or the uniformed ushers. They needed something more. Behold the invention of the marquee. American streets were never the same, nor was the business the same for the local sign maker Thomas Young. His son, the late Tom Young Jr., remembers watching his father put up the first marquees. Like the pictures, movie houses were no longer silent about advertising.
Well, they had just come out of the silent picture era into their location on Main Street in whatever the little town might have been, or the big cities such as Salt Lake, and so they wanted to play up the pictures, and so the signs were the main attraction to get people in there.
And my goodness, you couldn't miss the signs. They certainly did tempt you to spend your quarter. The show spread from downtown to neighborhoods along with the marquees. Whether it was at the Gem, the Southeast, or the Gothic.
And a lot of these little theaters sprung up almost every little town had at least one theater, and all up through Idaho, certainly through Utah.
And as the blockbusters grew, well, so did the marquees. In fact, the old Center Theater was built around its marquee. It lit up downtown Salt Lake City for decades. The marquees became news. The Paramount boasts brilliant marquee, 66,000 watts of power, over 5 miles of wire. The Orpheum plans a new marquee, and work starts on giant Roxy sign, another light in the entertainment sky. Probably the biggest was the Villa at 30th South and Highland Drive. Thousands of feet of neon and 2,400 light bulbs, all to announce the Prince of Foxes would open up the $350,000 show house. And the stakes kept growing, all the way to the bountiful Motor View's bulletin marquee on Highway 91. All from that image that lit up the screen, that bit of magic. Sure, it was not only having the name on the screen, it was having the name in lights that made the difference. Yes, the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s, a fancy marquee. That was the way to say Hollywood had come to your hometown. And all for 25 cents.
Wow, 25 cents,
I mean,
right?
what can you get for 25 cents?